Right, so we're back again.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready. I mean, it is Clash of the Titans week.
Are you ready to release the Kraken? It's a big question.
It is a big question, but is Liam Neeson ready to release it? I think he was at the time. I'm ready to release the Kraken.
Okay, so last week we covered Ghostbusters.
Yep.
This week, we're not even recording on the same day. This is a totally different day.
Yeah, of course it is.
But, I mean,
because we're not busy people.
Who would record 2 episodes of a podcast back to back on a Saturday? Crazy people would do that.
Yeah, crazy lunatic people.
So this week we are covering Clash of the Titans, the 1981 classic.
And the 2010 remake.
And the 2010 remake. Now, Josh.
Yeah.
You've got very strong opinions about this.
I wouldn't say strong.
I think you've got bold opinions about the 2010 remake.
Yeah, but you haven't actually told me what you've thought of it, and I've got a feeling it might be the same. I think secretly you loved it.
We'll have to wait and see.
What do you mean wait and see? It's now or never.
It's not now or never.
Right,
After we've spoken about the 1981 film.
Oh yeah, we have to do the first one.
We have to do the first one
I've forgotten all the structure from the start.
Well, to kick things off, we should say that we are the Rebooters. I am James.
I'm Josh.
And we like to talk about remakes of films that have been taken by Hollywood. Old films, classic films that Hollywood have dug up from a cupboard and done with what they were.
And then take a dump all over them.
Got their grubby little hands all over.
Yeah. Just for a bit of cash.
And we like to find out whether these reboots are justified, whether they should have been made, what good things come from them, what bad things happen.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and that's everything. And we'll
Clash of the Titans is a film that looks like it was filmed maybe 60 years ago.
Yeah, it could have. It was definitely a lot earlier than 1981. I'm not.
Yeah.
Because you made the point as if Star Wars Episode 4, technically 4 now, but the first one came out in 77.
Yeah, 4 years before this. When did Alien come out?
Alien came out in 79.
This film looks ancient. It looks awful. We'll get onto the plot of the film in a second. But I am going to say up front that I haven't seen either the original or the remake at all until today. I watched both of them today. Yeah. And I actually watched them in the wrong order, so I watched the remake first, and then I watched the original
Always
one.
the best way.
And I actually watched the original one with Josh while he was here, so we had a bit of running commentary.
Had a bit of a recap, but I'm quite familiar with both of them because I am a big fan of both.
Yeah. Not to give anything away, no spoilers or anything. But
no, I don't mind spoilers.
Josh is a big fan of these films. So when we were going through the list of films that we wanted to cover immediately, this was one that Josh picked out as one that he wanted to cover.
Yeah.
And I was up for it because, like I said, I've not seen them.
Yeah.
And now I have, and yeah.
Go on, James. What's the plot line of 1981 Clash of the Titans?
What's the plot of the 19? I mean, you would hope that I'd be able to reel this off no problem, considering I've literally just watched it.
Yeah, true.
The cast is relatively star-studded.
Yeah, I'd say
a few big names.
I'd say maybe 3.
You've got
big star-studded cast.
Zeus,
yeah,
played by the great Laurence Olivier.
Yeah.
You've got Perseus, who is the hero of the story, played by Harry Hamlin.
Yeah, I don't think he was very big at the time. But
No, I've not heard a lot about Harry Hamlin. I've got his IMDb page up here, and Harry Hamlin was most famous for being in LA Law.
Okay.
Which might not have crossed the pond,
no.
But he's still acting.
Is he?
He's still going.
What a guy.
He's in a lot of American crime drama things.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, it keeps him in a job, doesn't it?
In terms of film acting, he's been in absolutely nothing for like the past 10 years.
Yeah, thinking about Hollywood filming, he's been absolutely non-existent.
Here's a fun fact from looking at the IMDb page.
Go on.
He also played Perseus in God of War.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
That's a fun fact, isn't it?
That is a good fact.
That's a good fact to kick it off.
Was it the new God of War?
God of War 2.
Ah, right.
From a while back.
Maybe he did a better job with the voice acting than he did the actual acting.
We'll get on to Harry Hamlin. I don't know about Harry Hamlin.
He's a joy, isn't he?
But Maggie Smith is also in
Maggie
the mix.
Smith's also in it,
Pat Roach is there.
Yeah. He plays a god in the background.
Yeah, and the plot of the film is relatively straightforward. The gods are being gods, and they want to test the humans.
Yeah.
Zeus has had a baby who's half human and half god.
A demigod.
A demigod called Perseus that he's sent to Earth in like a little boat. He gets him and his mum.
Up in a boat.
Very strange. Him and his mum get put into a big cask and floated out into the sea. And then.
Are you not thinking of the remake?
No, that was in the original. It was in the original. That's the very first shot that
he gets. It is.
He gets put into the boat and sent off when he's a little baby, and then there's a really strange montage of Perseus growing up while he's riding a horse. He's like a little baby on a horse, and then he's like a kid riding a horse on a desert, and he nearly gets knocked off the horse, and then he's like a young adult.
What else shows progression of age than riding a horse through a desert?
Well, exactly. It wasn't even a desert; it was a beach.
There you go.
Yeah,
even better.
It looked like he'd gone to Blackpool and he was on a donkey.
On the donkeys.
And then the gods kind of plot to raise the kraken. I don't really understand that bit. What happens?
Well, you should start off. Basically, Maggie Smith plays Andromeda.
Yeah.
Who is a god who has a son called Calibos.
That's right.
So Calibos is a demigod as well.
He's a goblin man.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, he doesn't start off as a goblin man. He's a very handsome man who is bequeathed.
I think that might be the first time that the word bequeathed has ever been said on a podcast.
Well,
ever.
Just breaking
new ground.
Breaking formulas.
Breaking formulas.
So
we are revolutionaries. We should say up front as well. We are.
Whoever did a podcast before, they ain't seen nothing yet.
We are geniuses.
Yeah, indeed.
We know everything about films. Between us, we know every actor. We know every director.
Let me get this IMDb page real quick.
Josh knows all the technical terms.
I do. Oh no, I don't have to look them up. They're pretty solid.
But Calibos,
Calibos. So he's a handsome young man, a demigod, who's descendant of Andromeda.
Yeah,
I think her name's Andromeda. Yes, I think it is. Andromeda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Andromeda.
Or it might be Cassiopeia. Her name might be. It might be Cassiopeia.
Well, if I just think about
Andromeda is the woman.
If I just think about it for a second and don't check the IMDb page at all, Maggie Smith plays a character called Thetis.
Oh, Thetis. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah.
Okay. That was just awful. That was not.
Should we restart the podcast?
No. We should.
Should we do it from the top again?
What? Who's Cassiopeia?
I'll just think about it and not Google Cassiopeia.
We can edit this out, can't we?
Let's
keep it in for fun.
Cassiopeia is, I don't know, she's played by Sian Phillips. She's someone else. Okay. I think is that not the... No, it's not. That's Aphrodite, the woman, isn't it? I don't know, mate.
Anyway, Maggie Smith's got a son called Calibos.
Yeah.
So,
call them by the actors' names. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know who Calibos is as an actor, but he's a very good actor at that.
He's a goblin man.
Yeah, so he gets turned into a horned beast because he's a very evil man. Yeah. So Zeus punishes him because he's very evil. But he was bequeathed to Andromeda.
Yeah.
Who is a very lovely lady.
No one is called Andromeda on this.
What's her name then?
I don't know. Aphrodite? Athena?
No.
Oh no, there is an Andromeda.
Yeah, Andromeda's the one that Perseus is trying to win. So Andromeda is the daughter of basically a local, very wealthy family.
Right.
And town. I can't remember the town's name.
I can.
Go on.
Do you want to know what the town's called?
Go on, what's it called?
Argos.
Argos, that's it, yeah.
Argos,
yeah. I wonder how their deliveries came. Were they efficient?
I'm assuming.
I think that's where Argos comes from.
All the way back from the ancient Greeks. There was a shop there.
And it was very fast in getting your orders.
Passed down over the years.
Yeah, so anyway, Andromeda is the daughter of the local rich family in Argos, the leader of Argos.
Are we still right at the beginning of this film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Calibos, in his rage, he puts a curse on Argos.
Caliban's
from X-Men. Oh.
I'm feeling very distracted, Josh.
Why?
We just had a pizza. I'm feeling good about myself.
Are we starting again?
I think we should start over.
We've got so many names of people wrong. It's going to be on for an hour and a half again. I can't be here an hour and a half.
I will start it again right now, okay? What we're going to start off by saying is that Perseus gets put on a boat. He grows up on a horse. Calabas is turned into a goblin man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all they need to know.
No.
That's for the backstory. That's all.
Because then he puts a curse on the town, and then Andromeda is forced to go in her sleep to him all the time, and he gives her.
Yeah. I didn't understand that was what was going.
Yeah.
You are making this.
I'm not. He gives her a riddle to then go back with, and then whoever is worthy of her hand has to solve the riddle, but no one ever solves the riddle.
And he's got a big vulture.
Yeah, he's got a big vulture that comes and picks her up in a cage. So basically, he lives in the marshlands. So if Andromeda isn't found to have a husband within so many days, he then goes to live with her in the marsh. Live with him, Calabas.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to any of this bit.
Yeah, I know, because you'd seen it once, seen it 3 times. So basically, Perseus turns up. He sneaks into the palace. He notices that she's getting taken away by a raven or a vulture.
Vulture.
So he follows them.
No, but wait. I think we've missed something here.
What?
So Perseus gets adopted by a guy. Don't know who the guy is. Some old bloke.
Yeah,
and
local fisherman.
He's just walking down the street one day, and he finds a shield.
Yeah.
And he finds a little...
So Zeus is giving him gifts.
Yeah. So Zeus is giving him secret god gifts, which are a shield and a sword and a little hat, and the hat turns him invisible.
Yeah.
So that's how he sneaks to the vulture.
Yeah, so he sneaks in. No, he doesn't use the hat to sneak into the palace. He just sneaks into the palace.
He uses the hat.
Does he use the hat?
He uses the hat?
No, he uses the hat then, whatever.
It's not a hat, it's a helmet.
It's a helmet. It makes him invisible, because, Harry Potter and all that.
Maggie Smith.
Yeah, Maggie Smith. And we'll get on to Ralph Fiennes later.
Spoilers, Josh.
So, basically, he sneaks into the palace, he sees where she's going, he goes to the marshlands.
Yeah.
And he cheats by seeing the riddle that... Basically, he sees the answer to the riddle on Calabas's hand because it's a ring.
Yeah.
So he goes back to Argos, and they're holding the summit. They're saying, "Who's worthy of my daughter?" Perseus walks in like a boss. He says,
"Absolute legend."
He says, "It's a ring," and she goes, "Yes, it's a ring. So you get to marry my daughter."
Have we missed some bits here? Because I think we've missed the bit where...
Well, he gets Pegasus, and he gets the shield, and he gets the
pretty
helmet.
important.
No, but it's just
and then don't he cut off Calabas's hand?
Yeah, he cuts off Calabas's hand and throws it on the floor. But he sees the ring. It doesn't matter if he cuts off his hand or not.
It does, because it's important to Calabas's development as a character.
Fine, okay, he loses his hand, he gets a sword hand.
Also, can I make it clear? This is an hour of this film. We've explained this
long.
In like a few minutes. Albeit, we've not done a very good job of explaining it.
No, because we've
done a really bad.
Really,
we've done a really bad job of explaining it.
But it's funnier.
But that takes 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot of film time for nothing.
50 minutes of the film is Perseus getting suited and booted.
Yeah.
Sneaking and finding Calabas and cutting off his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's about to marry...
Yes.
What's her name?
Andromeda. So Perseus and Andromeda are about to get married.
Yeah.
And this is a good hour in the film. Actually, no, it's not an hour in the film. It's about 40 minutes in the film.
Yeah, but it's still quite a long time.
Yeah, no, it's quite a long time. But then you think, well, what's the rest of it?
Yeah, I was like... I thought this film was going to wrap up. There'd been some laughs.
Yeah.
There'd been some tears.
So Perseus and Andromeda are about to get married. And then her mum starts spouting some kind of absolute... drivel about her being the most beautiful girl in all the land.
Yeah.
And Thetis doesn't like this.
No.
Because she compares her to Thetis' beauty.
Yeah.
So the head of the statue falls off in the temple.
Yeah.
And then Thetis says, basically you got 30 days where Andromeda's going to be sacrificed at the end of it.
And to be fair, it's quite a long time.
Yeah.
30 days.
In 30 days you got to...
Gives him a lot of warning.
Yeah, you got to sacrifice your daughter.
He's like the tax man. He just comes in and he's like, 30 days or else...
Yeah, or else we start taking
We'll start repossessing you.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Josh, we've done a really bad job on this podcast. It was directed by Desmond Davis.
Okay.
Who is still... Well, he's directed a lot of stuff over the years.
Like what?
Like old stuff that you wouldn't have seen.
Okay. Is he the last American epic Well, it's actually a British film, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. He did a lot of BBC stuff. He did some Agatha Christie episodes. He did Sherlock Holmes: The Sign of Four back in the day. And then he was still directing until 2002. Jeez. Oh, no, 1994. He finished directing.
Oh, okay.
He was born in 1926, but according to IMDb, he is still alive, which I find pretty incredible.
Pretty good going.
But the other important point that I wanted to make is that the special effects in this film are done by...
we know.
Well, I just want to mention it because there have been some. Because the kraken does appear at the beginning of the film.
It does, yeah.
And causes a big flood, which we totally forgot to mention, but that happens.
Well, yeah, okay.
The special effects are done by none other than Ray Harryhausen.
Yes.
Who is a really iconic special effect. What's the best word for him? Is it special effects?
Visual, yeah.
Visual effects.
Special effects. Stop motion.
Yeah, he did the stop motion in Jason and the Argonauts, the little skeleton men.
Yeah, and King Kong.
Skeletons. He did King Kong. And this is very much his style. Like,
yeah, it's very...
this film is right up his alley.
It's very rough stop motion animation.
Yeah.
It's not... Well, when I say rough, I mean it's rough around the edges.
I like it. I think it's kind of charming. It's easy to take the mick out of it now.
Yeah.
And to be fair, in 1981, I still think people would have been clued up that this isn't really cutting edge.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to make the choice of going stop motion instead of CGI...
But if you're doing a film like this, if you're doing a film like Clash of the Titans, Harryhausen was your man.
Yeah.
So I think it's just good to get all those ticked off before we get into the real sort of meat of the film.
Yeah, I think it saved them a lot of money in the long run.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
I don't know how expensive it would have been. Was it just like Play-Doh? Did you use Play-Doh to make them?
Well, no, he made proper cast moulds and stuff. But if you think about that compared to like a computer running 24/7,
yeah.
Like actual special effects with special rigging, or
yeah.
Back in those days, I mean, like Star Wars was...
Back in the day.
Star Wars was... I mean, it was minimal budget, but they did a lot for it because of the team. But if you're going to go with Ray Harryhausen, you're going to save a few...
Yeah.
bucks.
So... The wedding's about to happen.
Yeah, so the wedding's
Maggie Smith's getting pretty aggy about it.
Yeah, she says basically you have to sacrifice Andromeda in 30 days.
Yeah.
And then Perseus is having none of it. So he decides to go on a fact-finding mission to some witches who have a glass eye.
You're skipping so much of this film.
No.
You are.
No.
You are.
That's the crux of it.
It's not the crux of it. You're missing out my favourite character.
Okay, well, they get...
You're missing out my favourite...
Yeah, I was going to get to that.
You're going over this film so quick, Josh.
I was going to get to it. So they have an owl called Bobo or Bilbo
the owl.
So he has a mechanical owl that comes with him, and it's made.
But there is a real owl. Do you not remember what the real owl said?
I can't remember the noise.
No, you didn't really. When we were watching this film, there we go. Josh did the best owl impression I'd ever heard anyone do.
Yeah, and it was quite cute actually.
It was real cute, and
real
you said
owl.
It was the most grateful owl.
Yeah, it looked really grateful of being stroked.
Yeah, he looked like he was happy to be on set.
Great.
He was. I think we don't often talk about who our favourite actors are in these films, but I think the owl was probably my favourite performance.
Gave the best performance.
Yeah.
Put that man up for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Owl, sorry.
Put that owl up for an Oscar.
We should start a hashtag.
Best owl.
Best Owl Awards.
Oscar owl.
Oscar owl.
Yeah. We're not very good at hashtags.
Not really, no. We'll think about it later. But
now
that owl's probably dead, but I mean, it's probably got
now would be a great time to say that we do have... This is something we forgot last episode.
What's that?
That we've got a Twitter page.
Yeah, well, I want to promote that, haven't we? So yeah, we've got a Twitter page at the Rebooters.
And we've got a Facebook page.
And we've got Facebook as well. So if you want to hit us up with some likes and a subscribe.
At the moment... Our only likes are me and Josh.
Yeah, it's a good start. Well, we haven't released any episodes yet, so it's not...
Hey, Josh, no, that's not right, because obviously by the time this comes out...
Of course, yeah.
We'll have had an episode.
Not that we're filming on the same day.
No, not at all.
Recording.
Filming it. So, you've confused me.
What? Yeah, so Bobo the owl comes with them. It's just another gift from the gods. So basically, he's got Bobo the owl.
He's a little golden owl.
He's got a shield, a helmet. That he actually loses the helmet in the marshlands, so he's not got the helmet anymore.
But you didn't even talk about the marshlands.
I did. I said he went to the marshlands and cut Calabas's hand off.
Oh yeah,
that's where he lives.
Calabas takes it off.
So he loses the helmet there. So basically, he was trudging around the marshlands with his helmet on, trying to find out the answer to the riddle. So he's only got the shield, Bobo the owl,
And a sword?
A sword and Pegasus.
Yeah.
Right. So, basically he goes to see the witches.
But and how does he find out about the witches?
Well, I think he talks to the people of Argos and they say, well, there's a myth that there's some witches in a hill that obviously can tell you anything.
Yeah.
They have a secret eye. So he goes to see the witches with a couple of men and Andromeda.
Yeah, I don't know who the guys are. There's just some guys who kind of tag along with
City guards.
Yeah.
You know, used to be an adventurer.
Yeah.
Took an arrow. And then, so he goes to see the witches.
Yeah.
The witches have a glass eye that makes them see everything.
Also, real spooky.
Yeah, they are pretty.
The witches, like,
horrible.
they've got flat faces. Like, they've got no eyes or anything. And they've just got, like, one... Just looks like a bouncy ball that they've just...
Yeah, it's like a big glass ball eye that just sort of looks like it lets them see.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are.
And they're thinking, this Perseus guy, he's looking pretty fit. And...
Oh yeah, they push a guy's hand down in the cauldron.
Yeah, they're like...
Cooking some guy.
He'd be well good in our stew. So...
Well, he wasn't plump enough for him, I don't think.
Yeah, well, he turns around the corner and they're like, nah, he's a big skinny boy. And all throughout this film... Harry Hamlin is giving the performance of a lifetime. He is...
No sarcasm at all.
He's so emotional. He's so full of...
Oh yeah, full of life.
Charisma.
You know he's getting paid a lot.
He looks like the missing link between man and ape. He looks like they've just...
The Neanderthal.
He looks like... What's that? The guy from the bog? What was he called?
What do you mean guy from the bog?
There's like a guy that they found in a bog somewhere. I can't remember what his name.
I don't know.
What is it? Something down man or something.
I don't know. He looks like a Neanderthal. I mean, he could play a Neanderthal in any film, and I would believe it.
He looks like the Lindau man. That's what he looks like. He looks like the Lindau man.
Yeah, but his performance is something to be desired anyway. It's his first film, so don't hold it against him.
I'm going to show Josh a picture of the Lindau man. Imagine the Lindau man without
That's Harry Hamlin.
That's Harry Hamlin.
It's Harry Hamlin, yeah.
If you all Google Lindau man, and just imagine Lindau man without a beard, and that's what Harry Hamlin looks like.
Oh, God. His acting's about as wooden as that face he just showed.
I think that face would put a better performance, to be honest.
Probably. So yeah, they get to the witches. We're back on track now.
Yeah.
They get to the witches.
Yeah.
And the witches tell him, yes, there is a way to kill the kraken. So you ask.
Yeah.
You have to go and kill Medusa, the Gorgon.
Well, he nicks the eye off the witches.
He nicks the eye off him and then says, basically, you have to answer my questions. So he forces them to answer the questions, and they say, yes, you have to kill Medusa the Gorgon. And a Gorgon is a creature that turns people to stone when they look at you.
She's a snake lady.
Yes, basically.
She's a snaky lady.
And the reason she became that was because she was the kind of like helper to a very famous and beautiful woman.
Right.
And she...
Was this explained in the film?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
And she tried to kill the woman to basically be the most, like, take over her beauty.
Right.
To be the next beauty of the realm, as it were.
She's pretty fit.
Yeah, she's good looking. Snaky.
But yeah, a bit snaky for my taste.
A bit snaky, but she's good looking. she's got a good set on her. For a model. She's certainly a model. So yeah, she tries to kill her master, who's a very good looking woman.
Yeah.
And she's caught, and she's basically she's cursed with ugliness, and if any man were to look onto her, he turns to stone.
Yeah.
So Harry Hamlin loves this. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go and kill the kraken with Medusa's head.
Well, Josh, you need to stop.
No, not yet. We're getting to Medusa.
I was just gonna say,
he's like, I'm gonna go and get
so much of the film.
No, I'm saying he's thinking, yeah, I'll go and get her head and I'll go and kill the kraken.
Well, that's what they explain. The witches basically explain to him that the only way to kill the kraken is by doing something more dangerous than killing the kraken, which for me was very confusing.
Yes.
Why not just kill the kraken if it's easier?
The witches said that even an army couldn't defeat the kraken. He's invulnerable. But they were saying, but then Harry Hamlin was
Ray
like,
Harryhausen.
Harry Hamlin was like, tell me the truth. Nothing's invulnerable.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? And they're like, well, if you go and get Medusa's head.
Yeah.
Although I don't really understand, because if it's men who look at her and then go to stone, then really fishmen shouldn't really work.
Yeah, it's not very consistent.
But anyway, so Perseus goes to find the kraken. Goes to find Medusa on the island of the dead.
You wouldn't think that we'd just watched this film about 2 hours ago, would you?
All the while, Calibos is on their tail.
Calibos is on the case.
So Calibos is following them.
He still looks like a goblin man.
He does look like a goblin man.
Has he got his little fork hand now?
Yeah, he's got his little fork hand now.
Because he got his hand cut off, he's just stuck a fork on it.
Yeah, he stuck a fork on it and just at his tea.
His tea? Yeah, his other hand's a knife.
Food. Yeah, the other one has a knife on it. So Calibos is on their tail. Perseus and the crew rock up at the Isle of Dead. They pay the ferryman, which is a skeleton man.
Yeah, all throughout this film, like Zeus is watching him and finding out how they're doing, and he gives them a coin.
Yeah, he gives them a coin to pay the ferryman.
Yeah.
So they pay the ferryman.
Spooky Skeleton.
Yeah, Skeletor.
Yeah.
Who takes them to the Isle of the Dead.
Yeah.
They get to the Isle of the Dead. They enter Medusa's lair. And Perseus has the right idea where others fail and be turned to stone. So you see Medusa and she's like a snake.
Yeah, she looks really good actually.
Yeah, she does,
That's not even sarcastic. Like, she genuinely looks really cool in this. The animation is decent.
Well, I think because the environment is dark.
Yeah.
It really
lends itself well.
Yeah.
And the only scenes where it's a bit iffy is where there's an actor against her. But when it's her sort of... They're in this, like, subterranean cavern sort of thing.
Yeah.
And she's sneaking around these pillars, and it's really effective.
Yeah, it's really tense as well.
Yeah. Perseus drops his sword, and a snake nicks it.
Yeah,
just like wraps itself around it and goes off.
Yeah, we've got like the wolf, the two-headed wolf.
Oh yeah, there's a two-headed wolf outside. They have a big fight with the two-headed wolf.
Yeah, and then
that looks awful.
Where he loses his. Yeah, it does look awful because it's in the daylight as well.
Yeah,
but that's where he loses his sword. But then he gets his sword back and kills the two-headed dog.
I don't know why it's a two-headed dog and not a three-headed dog.
Yeah, it would make sense because it's so like and fluffy.
Fluffy.
What a name for it. But yeah, they get into the lair.
Yeah,
and Perseus has the smart idea of using his shield to reflect his face so that Medusa thinks he's somewhere where he's not.
Yeah, it's a very cool scene actually. He attaches the shield to one of the stone statues, one of the people that Medusa has turned into stone.
Yep.
And when he stands at a certain angle, Medusa thinks that Perseus is stood there, so that gives him time to sort of attack her.
Yep.
And so that is a really good scene. And one of the things that I really liked about this whole sequence is that it's incredibly tense. So you really do feel like Perseus is in danger.
Harryhausen actually does a really good job in that scene.
I mean, his face looks like he's choosing between two bananas the whole time, but he's all right.
Yeah, he's quite good in that scene. The fact that he's supposed to look like that. So I mean, but he does look like that in the rest of the film. So it's not exactly
it's not like exceptional acting. It's just his face.
It's just his face. Yeah. But yeah, so that goes well. So that works. Where he makes her think that he's somewhere else. She doesn't know where he is.
Yeah.
He then hides behind a pillar and chops her head off.
Yeah.
When she walks past.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. And then he sticks her head in the old bag.
Old sack.
And then
old sack ahead.
Hits the road back to Argos to save Andromeda. Oh, wait a second, actually. Here's a question.
Go on.
In that whole film, why did Andromeda go with him? Because weren't she supposed to be sacrificed in 30 days? She could just run off.
Yeah, I think part of it was that if she did run away, Kraken would still attack.
Oh, right, yeah, true,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't sacrifice, then the Kraken will destroy your city. That's like, fair point. So yeah, on the way back, they run into Calibos,
who just pokes the bag.
Yeah, pokes the bag with the head in, and Medusa's acid blood drops on the ground.
Yeah, and the witches explain this earlier in the film that the blood of Medusa is acidic, and because Perseus rubbed the ball over him, he won't get.
Yeah, he got the power of the glass eye. And it made his cloak impenetrable to acid blood. Yeah, so they meet up with Calibos on the way back, who's been tailing him for a long time.
Yeah.
So basically, Calibos puts his little fork hand into Medusa's head, and her acid blood drops out.
Yeah.
Obviously, earlier in the film, the witches said that the acid blood creates creatures and things. Basically it's enchanted. It doesn't affect Perseus though because he used the ball to magic his
he just
cloak.
rubbed the ball all over his body and then he was fine.
And then the cloak's alright. Yeah. The cloak protects him.
Yeah.
Then the blood makes big scorpions that they have to fight.
Yeah, it makes like weird little maggot things, and then it makes
scorpions,
and then the scorpions turn into giant scorpions.
Yeah, which they have to fight.
Yeah.
All the while, Calabos is sort of sitting on the side. And
he's
sure
like
they die,
taunting them and stuff.
Yeah. So he whips his whip out.
Whips his whip out.
And he kind of does an Indiana Jones on one of them and pulls them closer and then stabs him in the back, so he's dead. And then the rest of them sort of die off. Via the scorpions.
And really, these are all just nameless goons who are just
pretty much
there. They're not really...
The guards of Argos.
Yeah.
You don't need names.
Guards of Argos.
And then Perseus is the last alive.
Yeah. But they kill all the scorpions.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's the last alive of the scorpions.
Yeah.
And then he has a battle with Calabos.
Yep.
So all the horses bolt. That's an important part.
Yeah.
Which strands Perseus. But Perseus...
hey, he's not stranded. Do you know why he's not stranded?
Why?
His best mate's there. Bubo is still flapping about.
Oh yeah, but I mean he's stranded, he can't get anywhere.
No, but
Bubo's not going to pick him up and fly with him.
Bubo's important.
Yeah, Bubo is important. Fair play. So he kills Calabos with an amazing 180 sword throw.
Yeah, he's like on the floor.
Well, he's got the
whip around his neck,
and
he's reaching for his sword,
and then he sort of like does a sort of twirl and goes.
Yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible.
It's like a gambit card throw.
Yeah, but with a sword.
Yeah, and then Calabos is dead.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, so he mourns the loss of his friends, and then he asks Bobo to go and get Pegasus.
Yes.
And we learn that Pegasus has been captured by Calabos.
Yeah.
Earlier in the film.
Yeah.
There was a scene about that. There was a scene about
that. And there's little goblin men.
Yeah, little goblin men that are looking after him, and Bobo comes up and burns the whole camp.
Yeah.
Gets rid of the vulture. And then...
It's very convenient, really. It's a bit of a
very
Ex Machina.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And frees Pegasus. So Pegasus, the flying horse, comes to save Perseus.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Argos, Andromeda's being attached to a rock. So she's being tied up, ready for the kraken to be unleashed.
She is.
At which point the kraken is unleashed by Zeus.
She's got a cheeky nude scene.
Yeah, she has. She's got a bath nude scene that really didn't
need to be there.
Yeah, I think the producers just went, we need more boob.
Yeah.
Or we need more side boob, so we need a bum as well.
Just for good measure.
Just for good measure, so we get the sales. So Zeus opens up the old lair of the kraken below the sea, while Andromeda's
with
tied
some
up.
Incredible special effects.
The
kraken is just apparently in a cage somewhere underwater.
Just repping weights.
Yeah, because he's hench. He's an absolute unit.
Yeah, and he really knows how to do them sets. Really good. Anyway, so then Andromeda's tied up to the rock. She's waiting for the kraken. The kraken erupts out of the water. He's ready to destroy everything, and in flies Bubo.
Yeah.
The owl who gets just shot out of the sky and falls over.
He's pretty useless. Yeah, I like him because he makes cute little noises.
Yeah, but I mean...
He's a bit like R2-D2 noises.
Yeah, R2. I think they saw Star Wars and stole it from him. And then Perseus rides in on his gallant Pegasus.
He does.
Ready to win the...
With his sack in his hand.
Yep, sack in hand. Hands.
Yeah.
Depends how you want to look at it.
It's a pretty big sack, to be fair. So.
Yeah, and after... Well, he falls in the water at first, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he loses the sack.
Pegasus looks...
And then...
like he's hurt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pegasus falls in the water. She disappears for a while. Bubo picks up the sack.
Bubo's best moment of the film, really.
Great moment of the film. He picks up the sack, passes it to Perseus.
Yeah.
Who then opens it up, grabs Medusa's head, says, "Hi, Kraken," and Kraken turns to stone and falls over.
And that's the end of the film, really.
Pretty much. I mean, Pegasus comes out of the water eventually.
They tie the knot.
And then that's a really nice ending. Very nice ending, like a little send-off to...
The ending is like Zeus talking about how they're all going to be remembered in the stars.
Yep.
It's quite cute.
Yeah, it's quite nice, yeah. Laurence Olivier obviously brings more...
Yeah, he's not actually in it that much. He's just kind of about.
Yeah.
There's a few scenes.
He's just walking around like laying...
Yeah.
Inseminating women.
Wow.
But he does,
true. Yeah.
It's very true.
It is true.
He just goes around and plants little seeds now and again.
What was your wording for that?
Oh no, I said when Perseus and Andromeda were getting tied the knot, he was going to sow his royal oats.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, he did.
He definitely did.
He definitely did. So yeah, that's
Clash of the Titans.
That's Clash of the Titans.
I mean, it got off to a rocky start in the way that we explained it, but I think by the end we were on fire. Really,
we got there. Yeah,
we got there in the end.
Right. So what was your view of? Did you enjoy Clash of the Titans? The original.
I did enjoy the original Clash of the Titans. It was one of those like charming old films that you can imagine being on ITV4 at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's always on ITV4.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, so I liked it. It was just one of those where it's quite a simple hero's journey story.
Yeah.
He has to go and find items and then kill the big monster. But
like a video game almost.
Yeah, it was kind of video gamey, which the next one really runs with that concept.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. I can't understand why anyone would think this needs to be rebooted. I don't think it was a particularly iconic film. I don't think it was one of those films that was well loved. I don't think it made a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was
I don't think it did actually. I think it's become more of a sort of like family home video sort of film.
It's just one of those that's just always on TV and you can just sit there and watch it and that's it really.
Yeah. What
do you think about it?
I really rate it. I think it's just one of the old classics. Like it's you are right. It's very easy watching. It's got a good cast apart from Harry Hamlin.
Harry Hamlin's great though.
He's very very wooden though. It's got a good story. It's straightforward. You don't have to think about it. But the effects, I think, what's make it charming. I think obviously from a point of view, if you're looking back at milestones.
Yeah.
Not so much Clash of the Titans, but Harryhausen's work.
Earlier work, definitely.
Yeah. It's just a joy to see him sort of like, that's...
You can tell that he had fun making the models and stuff,
So, hats off to the special effects, especially going for special effects that you wouldn't think of around that time.
Yeah.
It's pretty brave to make a film with those kind of special effects, especially when Star Wars had just been out 4 years earlier or something like that. So, yeah, I really like it. Moving on to the remake.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let James go ahead and explain the plot line because I feel like we're getting in a rhythm of
alternating. Take it in
Well, you should, because I feel like you're going to inject a lot more opinion about it.
Alright. Alright.
Should we have an overview before we start? Or are we just going to get
an overview of our thoughts about it, or just like an overview?
Just an overview of your thoughts. Because I get a feeling from you that I feel like you're a bit torn. I wish you are.
Right.
You are.
What happened was, I watched this film, and for the first hour and 20 minutes, I thought, this might be the worst film that I have ever watched in my entire life. And then I looked at the clock, there was 20 minutes to go, and then I just decided I thought it was brilliant. I don't. Something just switched.
What, you just thought, wow, this is really good actually?
I just thought, I think I'd got into it thinking of it being an epic action film.
Yeah.
And it tried very hard to make itself look like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the last 20 minutes, it's just like, let's throw all this out the window and just have massive monsters and...
Well, I mean, but when the Kraken comes, there's got to be a Kraken. I mean,
there's got to be a Kraken. There's got to be a Kraken.
The Kraken. Do you know
and
what I mean?
It's got to be released. They've got to release the Kraken. And as soon as I realised that it was kind of fun rather than serious,
yes,
I kind of understood what was happening. Now, whether that was intentional or not, I've got absolutely no idea.
I'm of the opinion it was very intentional.
Yeah, if it was intentional, fair play. I thought it was. They did it really well in making a fun little popcorn flick.
Yes.
But if it was trying to take itself seriously, it did such a bad job doing it.
If it was, then I would be worried.
Yeah.
Because it's just not.
So, Clash of Titans came out in 2010.
Yeah.
It was directed by a guy.
Leterre?
Is that what he's called?
Louis Leterre?
Something like that. He's not really done a lot, as far as I'm aware.
He's done The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
He's filmed he directed The Incredible Hulk for Marvel.
What film? He actually directed... Actually, I'll
Louis
take that back.
Leterrier.
I take that back. He also directed Now You See Me, which I like that film. I'm a big fan of that film. Josh is looking at me like I'm mental.
Yeah, you are mental.
And he also did the Transporter films.
Oh, okay.
Which is relatively interesting.
Oh.
And he's just about to do the Dark Crystal TV remake.
Good lord. Good lord help us. Anyway.
This film's cast is absolutely stacked.
It's epic.
I couldn't believe how many stars had been crammed into this film. It's unbelievable. I mean, you've got possibly the worst actor in Hollywood, Sam Worthington, playing the lead part.
Well, back in the day he was the worst, but I think he's improved a lot on his American accents.
Well, in Clash of Titans, he's absolutely awful.
In the Netflix series Unabomber, he's very good.
Yeah, I've heard
give him that. But yes, back in 2010, where he's done Avatar.
He's just done Avatar. Hollywood are trying to make him the next big thing,
but he's not.
And
the audiences,
the audiences are not buying into it. No. So Sam Worthington plays our hero Perseus, and this film starts off much the same as the original in that he's been
adopted by a fisherman.
Yeah, and he gets adopted by none other than Pete Postlethwaite.
Yep,
in quite a charming little performance. He does all right in it.
Yeah, I mean he brings the emotion to it because he's supposed to be sort of his surrogate father in a way.
Yeah. So he gets adopted by Pete Postlethwaite, and in the background, the gods are sort of scheming. The gods are losing their powers.
Yeah, because people don't believe in them anymore.
Because people have stopped believing in them. So Hades, played by Ray Fiennes.
Yep.
In one of the most bizarre performances of recent cinema.
It's like Voldemort 2.0.
Yeah, his accent is exactly the same as Voldemort. And one of the most important words in this film is kraken.
Yeah.
We've joked about before. Release the kraken.
Yes.
Ray Fiennes decides that's not the pronunciation I'm going to go for in this film. He instead says kraken.
The kraken.
The kraken.
Release the kraken. Yeah, he's very. He's like he's almost smoked about 20 cigars and can't speak.
He plays Hades. Zeus is played by Liam Neeson.
Wow. Who do you want? The production meeting. Who do you want as Zeus? You know what? We'll get Aslan.
Yeah.
I want Aslan.
I want Liam.
Call him up.
I want Mr. Taken himself.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Who else?
He has got a particular set of skills.
Skills that make him a nightmare for people who want to mess with him.
Yeah.
And the Kraken.
Yeah. He will find him and he will release the Kraken.
And he releases it very loudly. Very loudly.
What a release that was.
Oh, great.
So the gods, Hades, decides that the best way to make humans believe in them again is to strike fear into them. So he goes down, and the plot is relatively similar to the original in that the daughter of the queen, the princess, needs to be sacrificed after 30. Is it still after 30 days? Something like that.
Yeah, but Hades is the one who's doing the...
Hades is doing the mischief.
Yes. And it's important to say that the reason that Perseus ends up there isn't because he's trying to get with... He's not trying to marry their daughter. It's because on his boat at the beginning, Hades turns up at a statue of Zeus that's being torn down by the people from Argos.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in gods anymore, so they decide to tear him down. And Hades destroys them all, and also the boat with it, with Perseus and his dad and all his family.
But so Perseus gets what?
Basically, Perseus now hates Hades, so that sets up that sort of that dynamic. But Hades is the one who turns up at the party where they're all being very blasphemous gods.
And that's kind of what sets Sam Worthington off on his hero's journey.
Yeah, because he hasn't really got a choice, because otherwise it's either you go in prison or you go and help us destroy the Kraken.
And in this, unlike in the original, he doesn't appreciate his demigod status. No. He rebels against it. He doesn't want to be this hero figure. But he gets wrapped up in a team. Yep. He gets a team together, which is captained by none other than Sir Davos Seaworth himself.
Indeed.
Liam Cunningham.
Yep.
In a performance which is identical to Sadava Seaman.
Why not?
He just plays the exact same character
so there you
again. There's a young Nicholas Hoult.
There's a very young Nicholas Hoult in there.
Yeah. Nicholas Hoult.
Sneaky Nicholas Hoult.
Just after his sort of Skins fame, he's part of the crew.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
I mean, if you're gonna, you know, book anybody for a sort of conflicted,
Mads is
I'm actually not that evil, but I'll act it like it.
Yeah.
You want Mads Mikkelsen, so.
And so they've got the little crew, and then, I mean, this is all a little bit hazy to me, but to the best of my knowledge, they walk through a forest.
Mm-hmm.
He finds a sword on the floor.
Well, yeah, you missed out a bit of a crucial part.
Which part?
The part where the other demigod, played by Gemma Arterton, turns up.
Yes, Io?
Io, yeah. She's a demigod who's been sent to guide him on his quest. So she was actually on Earth for quite a long time. She's been watching over him, making sure that he's okay.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what was going on with that bit, so that's why I didn't talk about it.
She'd been on Earth. She was sent by Zeus to be on Earth so she could look after him and make sure that he's going in the right direction. So she sort of looks over him during, you know, his time on Earth and makes sure that he's going in the right, doing the right things and becoming a demigod. But so she sort of sees him in prison and in Argos and tries to convince him to go along and help him out. And sort of fulfill his destiny in a way. So the reason that they find the sword, though, is because
they're walking through the forest.
Yeah, Zeus is sending him items to help him on his quest, but Perseus doesn't want them.
But the way that it's done in this film is really stupid, because he's literally walking through a forest, he's like, ooh, a sword, and he picks up the sword, and then he walks a little bit more, and he's like, ooh, some horses, and then Pegasus is there. And Pegasus is black. Yeah. It's pretty badass. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, I wonder what they were trying to say there.
Wow, Josh, don't bring that kind of thought.
We were talking about Ghostbusters and that sort of thing. I don't think there's any reason to it. I think they thought, well, you know, we'll make him badass, and he does look cool. He does look cool as a black horse.
And this is where, for me, the cracks are starting to show in the CGI. The CGI wings on Pegasus.
They're quite good.
No,
they are. They're quite good.
No.
I mean, come on.
No,
I'm not having that.
Mate.
Watch Star Wars Episode 3 again, we'll talk.
Okay.
Shocking.
So what? After they found Pegasus doesn't really do anything for a bit either. Pegasus
doesn't really. Well, you wanted to talk about the dirt kicking scene, didn't you?
That's later. That's the very end of the film, though.
Oh,
the very end of the
I know what you're talking about now. I thought you meant when he was trying to talk to her and she was just having none of it.
So what happens next? Because I kind of want to jump to the Scorpions.
Well, we have to talk about Calibos.
Yeah, so Hades comes down, and what is Calibos in this?
So basically, in this rendition of it, in the remake, so Calibos is the husband of the woman that was inseminated by Zeus. Right? I've said inseminated so many times in this.
Yep.
It's not raped, basically.
It is a semen-filled podcast, this really.
Yeah, in a way. So Zeus actually goes down to Earth and rapes a woman.
Yeah.
Who then is actually Perseus' actual mother.
Right.
So the husband of the woman who was raped does not want anything to do with this woman because she's now sour.
Sure.
In a way. So he
That's
basically
a nice way of putting it, Josh.
Yeah, it's very, well, it's to him. She's sour. So what he does is he throws them both in a coffin and throws them to sea.
Yeah.
So that's where it all ties around, and he ends up with Pete Postlethwaite, who's a fisherman, because he finds the casket. Basically. So Calibos is actually the scorned lover of the woman who was raped. So
and he's a goblin man.
Yeah, but no, he's not at first.
He becomes a goblin man.
When he throws the casket in, he becomes a goblin man because Zeus basically punishes him for being blasphemous to him.
He kind of looks like that guy from 300.
He's not the guy from 300, but
it's Jason Fleming. I know.
Yeah. I thought you meant like used.
But in terms of his makeup and special,
he looks like
and stuff.
FELTs.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the one.
So he is like a bit of a goblin man.
Yes.
And
Hades manipulates him.
Into going after the
because he says to him basically, you've got an offspring there that's basically a reminder to you of your wife.
Yeah,
so exactly. You need to go on. Oh, well, a reminder to you of Zeus and your hatred for him, so you need to go on.
So he does find them, and they have a bit of a fight.
That's after the Medusa bit.
It's not?
Yeah.
It's not. But I'll tell you why it's not.
Sorry, the initial fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, they do have an initial fight in the woods.
They have an initial fight, and Calibos gets his hand cut off, like the original.
Yeah.
But instead of Medusa's blood creating scorpions, in this, Calibos's blood falls into some sand and makes these giant scorpion things, which is where the worst CGI was cemented to me, because these scorpions look absolutely awful.
Yeah, they do look quite awful.
And what I noticed, which I thought was quite interesting, was that they move in a Ray Harryhausen way.
Yeah.
Like, they move as if they're kind of like stop motion, which I liked that as a bit of a nod if that was intentional. Which I don't know if it was intentional.
It probably wasn't, but we'll run with it.
Yeah, so there are these giant scorpions, and then they kill the giant scorpions.
Yeah, they kill the giant scorpions.
There's like 2 other guys who are tagged along with him, who are like traders or travelers.
Yeah, traders.
Or
They're like the hunters.
Hunters.
Like, tradesmen.
Yeah.
And they make Perseus a shield.
They make out of a scorpion's hide.
Yeah.
And then they also...
Carapaces.
They run into... I think this is during this bit. They run into a djinn.
Yes, a djinn. Yeah.
Which is like...
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, they run into Qui-Gon Jinn.
Liam Neeson just decides to
play 2 parts, yeah. They run into this djinn who's like a weird... He looks a bit like Groot.
Yeah, he does look a bit like Groot. He's made out of... it's like they're sorcerers who've meddled with too much dark magic.
Yeah.
And their bodies have become charred. And they're kind of like undead, but they're not.
Yeah, and they can't really speak, and they got blue shiny eyes, and
yeah, they're kind of like they're into black magic and all.
And they're usually evil. And during this fight, Perseus has got infected with some venom.
Yes.
And this djinn is trying to extract it, but all of the crew think that they're trying to corrupt Perseus.
But he proves them wrong.
Proves them wrong, and this djinn becomes a part of the crew.
Yeah, because he knows his way. Well, he knows roughly the desert ways to the witches, so he's kind of a help.
Yeah, and then they tame a giant scorpion.
Yeah.
And they've just got a giant scorpion friend that they ride on, which is nice.
Yeah.
I will just pause that here. So they're all on this giant scorpion.
Yeah.
And they're heading up to the witches. So you can already see how similar the 2 films are.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
From the first one that they use in the second one, definitely the scorpions. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole plot is almost exactly the same.
They visit the witches, who have this. Well, they have a different version of the eye.
Yeah, the witches in this version have a real eye.
Yeah,
it's like a big eye, but they're all kind of CGI monster things rather than
practical. They're all practical.
They are practical.
Yeah, they're all practical, but they look a bit.
They look more monstrous.
Yeah, they look more fantastic. Like
witchy.
sort of like mythical sort of things, aren't they?
Like proper hags.
Fantasy.
Yes, but the same thing plays out in that Perseus steals the eye from them.
Yes.
He
asks them
the questions of how to defeat the kraken, and they tell him that he needs to go and defeat Medusa.
Which they go and do.
Well, spoilers, but yeah, they kind of do. So again, they need to go to the underworld.
Yeah, the Isle of the Dead.
The Isle of the Dead.
Gate of the underworld. Yeah.
So he's been given a coin. I think it is by Zeus. Like Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus comes to see him and says, like, don't betray your destiny. You can't run away from it. That sort of thing.
So he's given this coin. He gets on the ferry to the Isle of the Dead.
Yep.
No Cerberus in this one.
Nope.
No Cerberus in this one. They're just kind of going straight in for the kill with Medusa.
Yep.
And the interesting thing is the stakes in this one are quite real, because in the sequence of trying to defeat Medusa, everyone dies.
Yeah,
literally all of them, apart from Perseus, die.
Well, because in the original, not everybody dies.
Well, and also you don't really have the attachment that I felt towards the characters in this one.
Yeah, the character situation in this one is a lot better. Because they're fleshed out a lot more, and you know who's who.
Yeah, there is a little gang, and while they're going into Medusa's lair, the warning Nicholas Hoult, like, make sure you don't look down and all this kind of stuff.
Which he doesn't listen to.
And then someone like falls off a building, well, not a building, like some ruins. And the Medusa in this one is fully CGI, I think.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not the worst CGI in the world, but it doesn't really have the same charm as the original did.
No,
but the environment is the way they use her is quite good. Like they really
she's got like
right.
a cool bow and arrow.
Yeah.
She's like shooting people with arrows, and whenever she sees a person, she pulls like a monstrous face.
Yeah.
And they turn into stone.
But I think that whole sequence is really good in the fact that it plays off a sort of Jaws idea where you don't actually see her for a while. You see little bits of her.
Yeah, you see like snake tails and
which
all
works
that kind of thing.
It's a lot more. Well, when you see her, it's not exactly horrifying, but it builds up a bit of tension.
It does, and in a similar fashion to the original, he uses the shield in this one to see her.
Yeah.
Rather than as a decoy, he uses the shield as like a mirror so that he can see where she is.
Yeah.
And that allows him to chop off her head.
Yeah. But very, very nice fashion.
Yeah,
it's a very good jump.
It's a great jump. And some like during the course of this film, when he's got the sword and the shield and all this kind of stuff, he's rejecting the call to arms that he's been presented with. But somehow he just develops these like mad kung fu ninja skills during the film.
He's a demigod, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's doing like flips.
He doesn't actually use the sword inside that cave.
Yeah, no, he uses his own sword.
Yeah,
he doesn't use the god's one.
But when we lead on the outside,
yeah,
they meet Calaboss outside.
They do. Well, it's just him left, I believe.
Yeah.
Like Mads Mikkelsen is dead. He helps. He knocks down some rocks to stop Medusa attacking.
Yeah, he sacrifices himself.
And then he turns to stone, and he has the worst smile. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I do remember.
But he pulls a smirk while he's turning into stone, and it's like the grimmest little cheeky smile that he could have ever done. Now, I've been teasing Josh with a fun fact that I'm going to be telling him about this film, and I feel like now is a cool time to mention it. So, what do you think of the music in this film?
I don't really remember it.
You don't remember it?
Not really. It's not very memorable music. I'm guessing someone specific did it.
Well, the person who composed the music was Ramin Djawadi, who is the person who composes Game of Thrones. But the fun fact is, they had originally lined up none other than Matthew Bellamy to compose the music for it.
Right.
And Matthew Bellamy turned him down because he was going on tour with Muse.
That is crazy.
But he was
Imagine what film that could have been.
He was originally going to do the music for Clash of the Titans.
That would have been quite interesting.
It would have been interesting. Well, I'm not like the world's biggest Muse fan, but I know that you like Muse, and
I do like old. I like old music.
So I thought you would find that.
But I understand, like it'd be quite rocky, and it would be quite fitting.
Yeah.
To it. Well, he did an alright job. It's just that I don't really remember the music because it's quite generic.
It is. If you do listen to it, you can kind of hear the telltale Game of Thrones songs.
I know.
There are a lot
if
of
I watched it again, I probably would realise it.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was a fun little fact to throw in. So Mads Mikkelsen dies, Davos dies, Nicholas Hoult dies, some other guy dies.
Yeah, everyone's dead apart from Io and Perseus.
Yeah. They go outside, Calaboss is there.
Kills Io. And then him and Perseus have a little battle.
Which is quite a good fight.
Yeah, it's really good
quite
fight.
Quite a good fight scene. I enjoyed it.
And Perseus picks up his sword that his dad gave him.
Yeah. Which is it's like a weird lightsaber thing where he like flicks it out and it turns into a sword.
It's like a baton in a way, and then as soon as he uses it, it kind of springs into a sword. It's a really good sword though. It
is cool. And Sam Worthington is still just moping about being a little potato-faced man with no charisma.
He does a lot of
yeah, he does.
Well, it's like a bit like Lord Voldemort anyway. Yeah, he's doing what Ralph Fiennes should have been doing.
Yeah, and Ray Fiennes, like a weird Harry Potter link between the two films. Maggie Smith, Ray Fiennes. Yeah, that's it really.
Alumni.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so Calaboss gets killed. By Perseus, and then Perseus, obviously Io dies. In the Perseus is left on his own. Yeah. Pegasus comes and picks him up.
Yeah, but just going back to Io, like they had like a weird romantic kind of thing throughout.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't with Gemma Ryan? She's a lovely woman.
But yeah, Pegasus picks him up, and they fly back to
Argos, where the Kraken is actually already
pick up a catalogue.
Yeah, pick up a catalogue, see what's on offer. Order on the tablet.
Yeah, he's got a Medusa head in a sack again.
Yes, so he's got the Medusa head in the sack, and he jumps on Pegasus, who takes him back to Argos. But at this point, Argos is already like
under siege.
Yeah, being absolutely destroyed by the Kraken.
Yeah.
And Hades, who's also sent like flying minions around.
Yeah, little like devil imp things that are just flying about.
Yeah.
And there's like a little aerial battle between these imps and Sam Worthington. And then the two travellers who had decided not to go with them to Medusa show up on the Scorpion.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun.
Also, one thing I haven't mentioned, Luke Treadaway.
Yes.
Is in the film. I don't know if it's his brother Harry, but I think it's Luke.
I think it's Luke.
So, but you never know with them two.
Yeah.
It's either one or the other. But yeah, Luke. We'll say it's Luke.
Is he the cultist guy?
He's the cultist guy who actually he grabs Andromeda and sticks her up on the post because they weren't actually due to sacrifice her. They were just because obviously that's why the Kraken attacks because they don't sacrifice Andromeda initially. They keep her locked up in the palace.
Yeah. And
then the cultists obviously break in and steal her and then put her up to save the city, which is quite noble, actually. It's quite a good little nod, because what would the citizens obviously would do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But
Kraken's going crazy.
I think it's a bit too late for Argos, because the Kraken just doesn't care. It's just
and it's kind of interesting, because when you think about Krakens in mythology, I always think of a Kraken as being like a giant squid.
Yes.
But this isn't. It's just like a big monster.
Well, I mean, in myth, it just means a very large creature. But in modern days, that Kraken is actually the term for a big squid.
But it's not a big squid. It's like a big monster thing with a face.
Yeah, which
looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
It looks incredible.
It looks cool. This is the point where I'm going, this film is so stupid that I'm starting to like it.
Well, I think that's the whole point of the film. Like, that's the reason I like the film, is because it's so outlandish and so bold.
Yeah.
It's just a popcorn film.
It really is.
They really saw potential for it to be just a popcorn film, and they went all out with it.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid.
Because the plot is nonsensical. There are so many things that happen where you're like, why is this happening?
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that we've not talked about where the gods are all just like having a chat.
Yeah.
And it is not needed apart from the fact that they've got massive stars to play these characters, so they need to put them on the screen at some point.
Yeah. It's a fair point.
But I can't believe like how much Liam Neeson would have been paid, considering he's probably on set for about 3 days.
One set.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. So Sam Worthington kills the Kraken.
Basically.
He puts the Medusa head up like the original, turns the Kraken into stone. The Kraken crumbles into pieces.
Yeah, but then Hades turns up.
And then Hades gets all laggy about it and beams down to Earth. He's like he turns into a weird butterfly bat thing.
We haven't actually mentioned that the reason that Hades suggested in the first place that to Zeus that they should make everyone hate them is because secretly
it feeds his power.
Yeah, it would feed Hades to be more powerful.
Because Hades has always resented the fact that Zeus sent him to the underworld.
Yes.
And he always thought that he should have power on the throne.
So basically he gets more power because when the Kraken destroys Argos, he's getting all the screams, and then they start praying to him.
It's like Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
It's exactly like the plot to Monsters Inc.
That's where they got the right idea. But yes, so he destroys the Kraken. Kraken goes underwater.
Yeah.
And Andromeda actually falls into the water, so Perseus goes in and saves her.
Yes.
And they get washed out to the beach. And
how do they kill Hades?
Well, Perseus holds up his sword and gets a load of lightning bolts from Zeus, I presume.
Right.
Because it's the sword of Zeus.
Yeah.
And he fires it at Hades, and Hades goes down into the underworld again, so he gets locked up in the underworld.
We've also missed the part where Liam Neeson goes, Release
the Kraken!
Release the Kraken!
Yeah, in a really, really
Which is
good way.
the best part of the film.
It's great.
Best part of the film.
It's fantastic.
He
got paid a lot for that.
He got paid a lot just for that one line.
Great.
Then that's it, really.
He did it better than Laurence Olivier.
Laurence Olivier's Release the Kraken was a bit of a wet fart, really, wasn't it?
Release the Kraken. Alright.
Yeah. Alright.
But yeah, then your favourite scene pops up, doesn't it? The sand scene.
Oh, so they get washed up onto the shore, okay? And Pegasus is just there for some reason. I don't know why Pegasus is even there in the first place.
Well, because he drops him off. And then he comes
he just drops him off. He's like a taxi service. He just drops him off. And Sam Worthington's like lying in the sand, just don't even look like he's dead. It doesn't look like we should be worried about him.
No.
and the Pegasus decides to just kick sand in his face just for like 2 minutes. It's like 2 solid minutes of watching a horse kick sand into Sam Worthington's face. So it's my favourite scene because I don't like Sam Worthington and he gets sand kicked in his face.
Yeah, true. It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's great.
Because you think he's dead and also he's getting sand kicked in his face.
Yeah, so either way, even if he's alive, he's just had sand kicked in his face.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so then obviously Perseus and Andromeda are fine and they kiss and
live happily ever after.
They don't actually, because at the end of the film, Perseus says you need to go and be the leader of Argos because they're in turmoil. So we cannot be together. But I do love you, but I'm just going to leave you. Yeah. So he gets on his
Pegasus.
Love
you and leave you.
He gets back on Pegasus and he gets off.
Gets off.
Yeah, that's the end of the film.
That's it.
But then still got to watch Wrath of the Titans then.
Oh, Wrath of the Titans.
Wrath of the Titans ups the ante about 20.
So, Josh, before we talk about Wrath of the Titans,
okay, right.
Let's have our closing thoughts on Clash of the Titans.
I love it. I think it's one of the few remakes where you just think, yeah, why not? Because it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I said, I don't understand why the original was rebooted, but I'm kind of glad they did.
Yeah, because it's just a bit. It's just like
I feel
really
like
good
Clash
basis.
of the Titans might be a bit of a forgotten gem sort of thing for the most part. So rebooting it, there is a reason to reboot it in that it can bring a whole new generation.
Yeah. But in a way, it didn't really
because
it flopped. But
it didn't flop that much. There's a fun fact.
Well, I mean, it flopped in critical review.
Yeah, it was a critical failure.
Obviously,
it got
a summer popcorn film.
It made a decent amount of money. I think the budget for the film was 100 million.
Yeah.
125 million, I think it was. And the film made almost 500 million
That's not
at
bad.
the box office, which is decent. And obviously, it got greenlit for a sequel, so it did well enough for that.
Yeah.
But you like this film, yes. I would say, more than I like this film.
I do like it more than you. Only the fact is if, I kind of went to watch it without any high hopes. And then I got in and it was, from the off, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah.
And because I'm not really emotionally attached to Clash of the Titans, I just saw it as a pointless remake, but it kind of upped the ante a bit by 10 and made everything that was good about the original kind of more actiony. Not actiony, well, I can't say actiony, it's not a word, but it pumped up the sort of the action to 10, which it should have been in the original, really, because it's an adventure film at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was like a video game.
Yeah.
A lot of it reminded me of The Scorpion King.
Yes. Yes, it did. I can't argue with you on that.
The CGI in places was... it was rough.
I can agree with you on some parts, but most of it was pretty solid.
Medusa was rough. The scorpions were rough. Yeah. The big monster at the end, it looks like they threw a lot of budget at that, so it looks pretty decent.
It's huge in it, so you might as well.
Performance-wise, I don't think anyone in that film really bothered.
Nah.
I don't think they showed up to work.
I mean, Mads Mikkelsen's alright. Mads Mikkelsen always gives a good
performance. Mads Mikkelsen's always decent.
Sam Worthington was a terrible choice for Perseus.
Yeah.
We'll agree on that.
Well, I would say that, but Harry Hamlin, though.
Yeah, well,
I think they're probably about the same in terms of just being stony-faced, confused.
Yeah, true. And also, I think,
buff guys.
I guess, the character's not really... The character's not really developed in it.
No.
I think in this one, they did a really good job of making him, neglect his demigod side, which was quite interesting. But obviously, if you're going to book Sam Worthington, you're not going to get anything out of him apart from...
He's not like Daniel Day-Lewis, is he?
Yeah. No, he's not Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's a bit hammy. He hams it up a bit.
Yeah, he does, yeah. But, I mean, it works.
Yeah,
it's just a stupid film, so, I mean, you don't expect much. But, yeah, I think it was a necessary reboot.
A necessary reboot?
Yeah, because, I mean, it was just a bit of fun. And, not so much a necessary one, but it was welcome.
I think I agree. I think this is the first one where
I can watch it a fair few times.
Yeah, I think I will watch it again at some point.
It's rewatchable.
I think it's the kind of film that my granddad would absolutely love.
Yeah.
It's right up his street.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess in a few years, if you saw it on ITV, you'd stick it on.
And because it was 2010, I mean, you do expect things to be slightly better given Avatar came out the year before. But for what it did, and for the budget it had...
Yeah, well, it's dependent on the visual effects company.
And the cast that they had. Like, for $100 million budget with that many A-listers, it did fair enough. But now, I can't remember the marketing campaign for it.
I can.
So I can't remember if they hyped up the fact that they had all these amazing actors.
I think they did, because I think most of the trailer was basically the very expensive actors saying a lot of very
important
classic lines.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, and they had a lot of posters for Hades. Like Ralph Fiennes was like all over the place as Hades.
Now, I think we agree it should have been rebooted. But it wasn't just rebooted. It had a sequel.
Yeah, it had a sequel, yes.
Now, this sequel has to be original material. There wasn't a sequel to the original.
No, there was not.
So, tell me about Wrath of the Titans for a minute.
Wrath of the Titans is... It's about... the story is that Perseus has now had a son.
Is it still Sam Worthington?
It's still Sam Worthington. He's just got curly hair now.
Right.
So that's better.
It's better.
He gives a better performance in this one, to be honest. So Perseus has had a son.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want him to become...
So is he a quarter god son?
Yes, he's a quarter god.
Okay.
So basically, but he doesn't. He wants to just have a normal life as a fisherman. Perseus just wants to have a normal life, but he can't because basically the gods have been imprisoned.
Okay.
So the story is that Zeus and Hades once did a little bit of a runaround of their dad, who was a big god.
Yeah.
And they imprisoned him.
Interesting.
So they could come into power, and that's when Zeus banished Hades to the underworld, and he ruled the heavens. Basically,
now is Liam Neeson still in it?
Liam Neeson, everyone's still in it, apart from the woman who played Andromeda in the first one. I can't remember her name. She's replaced by Rosamund Pike.
Interesting.
So I love Rosamund Pike.
Yeah, I like Rosamund Pike.
Great actress. So I'm always welcoming to that.
Yeah. So Ray Fiennes is in the sequel.
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Well, they would come back and do another one.
They must have paid him some serious money.
Honestly, God, I think that the second one is more enjoyable than the first.
Have you heard that James Bond is getting... Daniel Craig is getting paid £19 million to star in Bond 25.
Oh my God.
£19 million.
What's he going to do with all that money? Sit on it.
Yeah. And to think he was at one point going, nah, I don't think I'll do it.
I'd rather slit my wrist than do that.
Yeah.
It's like, alright,
he's getting paid 19 million quid to drive around in like a top of the range car and punching people and
break a few legs.
Have sex with beautiful women.
Well, yeah. He's got a beautiful wife, so I don't think it's about that. Anyway. Yeah, so the sequel is about the gods that have been imprisoned, and Perseus is sort of begged by his father Zeus to come and save him.
Interesting.
Is
it good?
It's very good. It is very good.
Is it better than the first one?
It is better than the first one. The action's pumped up to 100. It's stupid as hell, but it's amazing.
I like stupid films.
Yeah, no, if you liked the first one for stupidness, the second one is stupid, but it's got a lot better fight scenes.
Right.
And Andromeda is now a battle general.
Who plays the son then? Is the son like the important character?
No, he's not important.
Is it still Sam Worthington?
Yeah. Sam Worthington's Perseus, and he's the important character. It's just that he doesn't want his son to be... He doesn't want a world where his son's going to be brought up and gods are meddling in their lives, so...
Interesting.
He basically just rids the world of gods. Well, he doesn't rid the world of gods, but he's
like a godbuster.
Yes, he's the godbuster. But he basically just helps out Zeus and Hades. Well, Hades is actually the one behind it all.
Right. What a surprise.
Yeah, what a surprise. But he sort of, in the end, it all comes to light that... I don't want to ruin it for you, because you might watch it, but Hades repents for his sins.
Does he?
Yeah, it's a very touching film, actually. It's quite
very touching.
Yeah, it's great. It's really nice. It's good. You'll have to watch it.
Who else? Any other big names in it? Any other interesting people?
There's an actor called, I think his name's something Ramirez. Edgar Ramirez.
Oh yeah,
Ramirez.
I think I know him. Yeah.
So he plays a god. Who's the son of he's the son of like war, the god of war or something like that.
Oh, Ares.
Ares, yeah, he's the son. I think he is actually Ares, who's the god of war. So he's
but he's God of War. He reminds me of God of War. This film,
but yeah, he's very good in it. And there's some. I don't think there's some other big actors in it really. There's a fair few people.
And I've liked Davos back, but Davos is Davos is dead.
Oh yeah, Davos is dead. Yeah. There's not as many famous people in it, but Liam Neeson's back, Ray Fiennes back, Sam Worthington. But they
have to watch.
They have a lot of better things. Like they have they go a bit more into mythology with like they got giants in there and minotaurs in labyrinths. Yeah, it's good. It's very good.
I like that. Yeah, I think I gave it a bad rap.
Yeah.
I think I unfairly. I think I judged a book by its cover, and you should never do that.
Well, some films you can, like Ghostbusters. But I mean, if you watch the trailer, it wasn't anything important. So you know, you could probably think that it probably turned out terrible. But when you give it a watch, it's actually okay. But yeah, I'd give Wrath of the Titans a go. But yeah, Clash of the Titans, okay reboot.
There we go. That's our thoughts. Now, what are we doing next week?
Next week is Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. And I know technically it's not a remake.
I think it is a reboot.
It's a reboot. So we've done 2 remakes and now we're doing a reboot.
Yeah.
So that'll be a nice little balance. But yeah, it's definitely a reboot.
Yeah.
As well as a sequel.
Yeah. And we both have strong thoughts about it.
Yeah, we have definitely a lot of strong thoughts about Jurassic World.
I don't know if we agree. I won't spoil that.
Well, yeah, we won't spoil it, but hopefully you'll have the same idea I had. Because
No.
It's going to be heatedly debated next week, if not.
Heatedly debated.
Yeah. Okay, well,
But that was Clash of the Titans. Hope you enjoyed it.
And definitely subscribe and like our
do all the important stuff. If you can leave us a review.
Yeah.
You won't understand how much that helps, but it does help a lot.
Yeah, if you don't want to hear anything, let us know and we'll change it.
If you don't want to
hold back.
If you've managed to listen through 3 hours of us talking absolute nonsense.
Yeah, we didn't say the first time.
Getting the plots confused of every single film. If you've managed to get through this and get to this point, then that's 5 stars.
If you like nonsensical explanations of films, then we're you guys.
Well, yeah, your guys.
And especially remakes. Everyone loves a good remake.
I hope so, because that's the whole point of this podcast.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So if you
won't be
don't,
listening otherwise.
But that's been the Rebooters.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Next week.
Next week.
Got to put a pizza in an oven for my girlfriend. So.
Can you shout from the kitchen?
I won't be a minute. The oven should still be a bit hot, so it should be fine.
Oh god.
I think I'll keep that in. For those who are listening, I just spilled a whole glass of juice on the floor.
It's a good little puddle, that, I'd say.
So, I spilled a glass of juice everywhere.